Coffee with the Commish coming to you from Cedar, New Jersey, where today I am joined by GardenState Grinders for another round of coffees. Grinders is the son of Pop's Fish, grandson to Untouchable, and brother-in-law, of course, to me. Joined the league in 2012. Welcome to the program.
You know, it's a pleasure to be here. It's nice to be on someone else's content, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just not me talking alone in Charlotte, North Carolina anymore, which is kinda
content
nice.
that actually had some prep involved and some effort.
My picks, some episodes are better than others, all right?
What kind of coffee are we drinking?
I believe we're drinking Starbucks Holiday Blend.
Holiday blend. I have a floral mug.
Whatever the lovely, go Friars, whatever the lovely Denise thought.
And I know you're a big coffee guy. You like nitro, you like cold brew, what
I do. It depends on the season. If it's cold, I'll do a flat white. I like espresso, but I don't take a shot normally. I'll just get a nice little, but not a full like cappuccino or anything like that. And then in the summer, I like nitro. I like cold brews and nitro cold brews. But
flat white. Your sister mentioned that as well. So
I didn't watch my sister's episode.
You didn't watch the program, and you're. Well, let's get this going. You know the routine by now. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk fantasy, and we're going to talk a little hit and run. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You're the youngest member of the league.
Always have been.
You graduated from Providence this past May.
I did.
You are now a financial analyst at Wells Fargo, temporarily located in Charlotte. Are you enjoying the Southern hospitality?
The Southern hospitality's been great. As you can probably see from my videos, I've embraced being down south. Bojangles has become a thing that unfortunately has made its way into my diet. But that being said, the South is nice. The people are wonderful. Everything is a little slow, and that's good and bad for myself.
And what do you do as a financial analyst for those that are not in the biz?
For those that are not in the financial industry, to dumb it down, I basically determine if a company is worthy enough for us to lend them money.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. You're moving to my town, Hoboken, in just a few weeks, so it's a coffee shop galore there. You got a go-to spot from your days of visiting?
I believe it was called Bean Vault back when I interned and used to couch ride over in Jefferson Street.
Yes, so Bean Vault on you then when you come up?
I haven't been there since I interned, I guess, but it'll be nice to get another cup of coffee from there. Also, La Isla is something that you turned me on to as well.
Yeah.
Good cafe con leche if you're into some nice little Cuban cuisine and coffee.
Yeah. So I know we haven't had Jimmy Legs on the program yet, but that's likely going to take place in Hoboken. So
okay,
maybe I'll bring him there instead of the flat white idea that Amanda had mentioned. Your 7th season in the league, you joined in 2012. You've quietly had a lot of success. Quietly.
Because I have no rings, as you can see.
2012, you were the 2nd place finisher, so runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
2015, 2nd place, runner-up. 2017, 3rd place, so you made some money in this league in the last few years.
I think I'm the only member of the league that can say that I have profited off of playing fantasy football with you guys.
Probably.
Yeah, so I mean,
quit now.
if unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work out that way for me in the end, but we'll see. I'm the teams. We turned around. We were going in the right direction. Big winning streak there. I think it was 4 games.
You won 4 in a row.
And this past week, heartbreaker. How does my kicker put up no points? I don't really, I'm not going to get into it.
So you've tasted some success in this league, and so far this year you're 5-6 as of this filming. Started 1-5, gone 4-1 over the last 5. 5-6 overall. You're right in the playoff race. Are you going to make the dance?
The Grinders will be in the dance. Historically, I won't make the dance if the trend continues. It's usually I'll place, so I'll do a 2nd place or a 3rd place finish, and then I'll miss the next year for whatever reason. I think my team suffers from a winning season hangover, essentially.
Do you regret taking the 14th pick when you could have had the 3rd pick?
No, because Michael Thomas is probably the best wide receiver in fantasy football.
Which you took by auto pick?
I did take him by auto pick.
So by mistake?
Hey, it's, sometimes the cards align. I think between him and McCaffrey, who I got at 14 and 15, are probably 2 of the best players in the league right now. Fortunately, knock on wood, they were both able to stay healthy, and I don't think I missed out on that much.
Do you have a statement for Giants Rule, who famously called you out on this program a few weeks ago, specifically about Ben Roethlisberger? And I have some stats for you. Since that time, Ben Roethlisberger has had outputs of 19, 27.5, 43.5, and 22.5, and you blew out Giants Roll by 63 points. So, any response that you want to make?
Well, I already sent my video in, kind of breaking down my side of the story. All I have to say is Ben Roethlisberger came to play, and I think Ben Roethlisberger had a flame under his ass when he saw Giants Rule in the schedule. So,
last place prize, that was something that I think you brought up earlier this year.
I did.
I loved your idea about taking the SATs. If
I think that's
last place.
I think that's by far the funniest. It's not that practical. I can't imagine Jimmy Legs or more of the senior members of this league signing up to take the SAT. I know Pops Fish would, but unfortunately, it looks like Untouchable is.
So you support the idea of the last place prize. It just needs to figure out what that might be.
It's hard because we're not all in one location too. So it's hard to do anything where we make an individual do something that's publicly embarrassing that we all get to witness. So whatever it is, it's gonna have to be something that could be filmed and sent. The SATs is just funny, and I think that you would obviously have to post your scores in the in the email chain here, but. I'm open to ideas. I'm all about it. Last place also doesn't really cross the Grinders list, so
maybe you can have some follow-ups on Ice Cold Takes. That's what's called, Ice Cold Takes.
Yes.
Yes,
Mike, you've been watching for how many weeks now?
Well, you know what? I wasn't going to call you out on it, but I'm going to have to. I think it started off promising. It was a good first couple of episodes. It has since really become version 2.0 of Fresh Pickings, where you roll out of bed, you talk about your team and your team only. And then you make predictions that nobody really follows up on to see how you're going.
I do try to tell you guys how I'm doing on my picks. I was in a nice 5 out of 7 run for a little bit there. Last week I had an off week, but in general, I think it's hard because I am in Charlotte alone. I prefer more.
Get a little more prep going.
Well, I prefer a little bit more member to member interaction, if that makes sense for my content. So obviously I've had you on the show. It just makes things a little bit more exciting. I feel a little weird rattling off stats. I feel like people really don't want to listen to that.
No, they don't.
So that's why when you're saying a little bit more prep, Ice Cold Takes is just picks.
So a follow-up question, just talking about content. On last week's episode, which you did not watch, evidently, we talked about the potential for a Ladies of the League. Where the first lady would be the commissioner, and we would have the likes of Joan and Denise and Fran in it. My question to you is, who would be the front runner to win it?
It's got to be the first lady, I would think. I feel like she's just forced to watch the most football out of all of them.
See, my money was on Carol Lake.
Okay.
But
they're a sports family. I don't think I've ever met her, but I could see that because. Very athletic family. I could see her sitting down and watching some football with her sons.
Well, watch the episode, get a better idea of what we're talking about.
I apologize.
Maybe it'll be a follow-up question on your next episode of Fresh Pickings or Ice Cold Takes. I confused the two.
You just did me dirty right there, Mike, and I don't like that.
GardenState Grinders, your team name.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a moment. So I looked up the definition of a grinder. It's a slang term for a person who works in the investment industry, makes small amounts of money at a time on small investments over and over again. Grinders typically are hardworking and highly respected investors who value every cent they make off their investments. Is that what you're going for in your team name?
So in a way, yes, but that's not where it originated from. So growing up playing hockey, a grinder was kind of your third, fourth line guy. That was going to do the dirty work for you, but not necessarily get all the praise that they deserve. And I think that the reason why I haven't changed my team name is that's what the Grinders have been. As you've mentioned, there's been a more silent success for the Grinders since I've joined the league. And it's usually I don't have the flashiest team. I've never won a highest score in the week prize, but I've had success. So I think that it's part of I try to pick the team that's not like the flashiest. Obviously, everyone's trying to go for big names at every draft. But I just think the way that the character my team works out to be is that, as Pat kind of came at me, Ben Roethlisberger is my starting quarterback. But he's a gritty guy. Like, he's a very good NFL quarterback, but he grinds. And same with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield embodies the grinder.
So it's not a team of investors that...
No, there's no investors, but it's more of it's small increments that build you to success is kind of what I was going for with the Grinders.
Okay. Very fair. Appreciate the explanation there. You want to play some hit and run?
Sure.
Okay. Favorite meal?
Pizza.
Give me a beer recommendation. Favorite beer?
Ooh, Hop Drop and Roll, actually. It's a local beer in North Carolina that I'm going to miss very much so.
IPA?
It is an IPA. It's between 8 and 9%, so it's a heavy punch of a
Only
beer.
available down there, or is it?
I don't know if you can find it locally here. I haven't looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to bring a case, or not a case. They come in 4 packs because they're 16-ounce cans, but I'll try to bring some back for you. Maybe we can enjoy one on a episode of Ice Cold Takes Christmas edition.
Okay, looking forward to it. Favorite chick flick?
Ooh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a chick flick, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, like it's a rom-com. It's funny, but
Not bad.
it's definitely a little feminine.
Who would play you in a movie?
Ooh, I'm going Leo.
Leo. The confidence there.
You know, I'm not that familiar with. I don't really keep up well with celebrities and stuff like that. And that was the first one that came to mind. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's nowadays, maybe a little bit more of like a Jonah Hill. Like, not really sure.
Either choice would be okay. Today's Thanksgiving. Give me your most overrated Thanksgiving dish.
I don't like stuffing.
Really?
I think stuffing's trash.
Stuffing?
Yeah, it depends. I think it's also how the stuffing's prepared. And this is no offense to any of the lovely women in my life that have ever prepared stuffing for me. But I like more of I don't like the moisture and everything in stuffing. I like more of like a hashed stuffing, if that makes sense.
Stuffing, really?
Yeah, I'm not a big stuffing guy.
What if I told you that was my favorite?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Really?
I mean, what number Thanksgiving is this that I'm eating with you now? Like,
I lost track.
12?
Stuffing, wow. Best team name, other than yours?
Well, I was gonna say the Grinders. That's definitely a little bit more gritty. Wow, this is hard. I know this is supposed to be quick. You know, I'm going Drug Infested Den.
Why?
You know, it's just out there, and I can appreciate the creativity, the logo. I like that people kind of put their logos together as well. I don't know if you've seen this. My logo, actually, I've had my video editor make me a logo at some point, but I never actually put it up, which he'll probably be mad about.
Though we're talking about Drug Infested Den.
We are, but I'm saying he has like the goofy moose.
Yes, he does.
So I appreciate.
It's the camel.
I appreciate I appreciate just the creativity. It's also kind of just like making fun of.
Give me the worst team name in the league.
I'm gonna go Establish This.
Establish This. You did rip him in your first.
I didn't like.
That's when your content was really good.
Well, you know, I can only make fun of people for so long.
Just keep doing that.
Well, you know, I don't know. Have I met Matt?
At a watch party, I don't know.
I've never been.
To go back to the archives.
I've never been to a watch party, so then.
You've been to a watch party.
I don't think I went to the first one when I was in high school.
That's a watch party.
He wasn't in the league.
Oh, he wasn't. Okay. We'll have to go back to the archives.
Okay.
We're going off topic a little bit for a second here. The thoughts on another team name, Untouchable. I think we're all advocating for a move back to Freehold. Your thoughts?
I would like the move back to Freehold, but I need the brand to stay original. Lowercase f or die.
Yes.
That's my...
Totally agree. Getting dinner with 3 people in the league. Who is it?
Ooh. You know what? Pat. I'll do Pat. Pat said me. I feel like we could have some good conversation, and I would like to...
And this could happen very soon.
Yeah, and I would like to settle our woes here. Throw Sean in there too, because we need to have that 3-way conversation.
Negotiate a trade for next season?
Yeah, well, Sean's apparently abusing me, so we need to figure that one out. And then lastly, you know what, for the comedy of it, because I feel like he would just be an interesting factor in this, I'm going to throw Untouchable in there, because I would like to hear his thoughts on all of this.
I think Untouchable's been invited to every dinner.
He's a character that, you know... and I can never have too many dinners with my grandfather.
That's true. That's a good point. Good point. You're a commissioner for a day. Who are you kicking out?
Ooh.
Why?
I don't think I'm kicking out anyone. I have to kick someone out?
That's the question.
Ooh. This is so tough. I'm going to go Pops Fish because I think he'd be the least upset about it.
And who are you rooting for to win the league if you don't win it?
You know, usually I do root for the Nittany Lions. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
You know, I gotta throw you some credit.
Up to the Commish.
You know, I'm just want to play. I'm tired of playing defensive player, Mike. Give me team defenses. That's all I want.
Well, maybe that leads into our next question. You get one question for the commish. What is it?
What?
You see, you came prepared here.
What changes do you plan on making in the near future? Besides, I know we've discussed the last place prize, changing our buy-in, but as someone that has expressed maybe changing the draft time because it takes forever from 90 seconds to 60 seconds.
Venting session.
Or if we maybe change from defensive player to team defense. Like, what changes do you see coming?
So in 2019, we're going to implement a fine system where anybody that vents, complains about any of the rules, the stats, anything that goes on with the league, you're being fined $5 per complaint.
And where does that money go?
It's going to a pool which will go to the winner of the league.
Okay. And I guess a follow-up question now is with the...
Wait, one question.
Well, now I want to know, if we do raise our buy-in here, does the weekly prize change or just the pot?
I haven't thought about that yet.
Okay.
I will say. You could have asked me anything in life, by the way. You asked me about rule changes. Everybody trips on that question, but maybe now somebody that's watching this will ask me a good personal question. So that's it for this episode, and appreciate you coming on.
It was a pleasure, Mike.